Canada is globally known for its excessive politeness, especially the frequent use of sorry. In bustling cities like Toronto, it's common to hear sorry even for minor inconveniences. Studies show Canadians apologize more than any other nationality, reflecting deep cultural norms. This automatic response isn't just politeness, it's a social reflex ingrained from childhood. But what lies beneath this surface-level habit? Let's explore the real meaning behind Canada's iconic apology. The Canadian sorry traces back to colonial history. British Reserve and French formal etiquette merged with Indigenous conflict resolution traditions. Research from the University of Ottawa reveals how multiculturalism reinforced this polite communication style. In a nation built on immigration, sorry became a linguistic peacekeeping tool. Even early 20th century school textbooks emphasized politeness as civic duty. This historical blend created today's apology culture, where sorry maintains harmony between diverse groups. Remarkably, sorry has special legal status in Canada. Since 2006, apology acts in all provinces ensure saying sorry isn't an admission of guilt. Court records show this protects medical professionals and drivers in accidents. A University of Toronto law study found these laws actually increase settlements by 30%. The legislation reflects how deeply sorry is woven into Canadian identity. It's both social courtesy and legal strategy. This unique protection encourages apologies while preventing liability. In everyday interactions, sorry oils Canada's social machinery. Psychology studies from McGill University show Canadians use apologies to 1. Acknowledge shared space, 2. Express empathy, 3. Prevent escalation. At coffee shops or sidewalks, a quick sorry resolves potential conflicts before they start. This matches research finding Canada has 20% fewer public arguments than similar nations. The phrase isn't weakness, it's sophisticated social navigation. Even when no fault exists, sorry maintains the collective peace Canadians value. Not all Canadian sorries are polite. Linguistic analysis reveals passive-aggressive variants like sorry, but, or sorry you feel that way. Customer service training manuals teach workers to use sorry as a polite shield for policies. A Ryerson University study recorded 73% of service rejections included non-apology apologies. The tone and context transforms sorry from regret to subtle resistance. This duality shows how one word can both soothe tensions and assert boundaries in Canadian communication styles. Overuse of sorry can hinder genuine connection. Couples therapists report Canadian clients often say sorry reflexively during arguments, avoiding real accountability. A Vancouver study found automatic apologies increase relationship dissatisfaction by 41%. The word becomes a placeholder for deeper communication. Psychologists note this habit stems from cultural discomfort with confrontation. While polite on surface, excessive sorries can create emotional barriers, showing how even positive traits have downsides when over-applied. Canadian workplaces reveal unique apology dynamics. HR studies show employees, especially women, preface ideas with sorry but, undermining their authority. A Toronto tech firm's experiment found banning unnecessary apologies increased meeting efficiency by 25%, yet completely stopping apologies hurt team morale. The balance reflects Canada's cultural values. Assertiveness shouldn't sacrifice politeness. Companies now train staff to replace reflexive sorries with confident phrases like "I recommend," showing cultural evolution in professional spaces. Newcomers often struggle with Canadian sorry etiquette. Language school surveys reveal immigrants initially interpret frequent apologies as weakness or guilt. Cultural training programs now teach that sorry can mean 1, excuse me, 2, I sympathize, 3, let's move on. A Montreal study found immigrants who master apology norms integrate 40% faster. But some report frustration with insincere sorries. This cultural learning curve highlights how deeply sorries is embedded in Canadian social codes. It's a language within the language. Canada's most meaningful sorries involve Indigenous reconciliation. Since 2008's formal apology for residential schools, research shows these rare, carefully crafted apologies differ from daily politeness. University of Manitoba scholars note they follow Indigenous protocols, spoken in native languages with reparations. While some criticize them as symbolic, Truth and Reconciliation Commission data links sincere apologies to improved community relations. These national sorries carry weight daily apologies don't, showing the phrase's potential for healing when used intentionally. Ultimately, Canada's sorry reflects core national values: respect, harmony, and collective responsibility. Linguistic research shows it serves 8 distinct functions, from space negotiation to empathy expression. In a diverse society, this single word bridges cultural gaps. While sometimes overused, it represents Canadians' commitment to maintaining civil connections. From subway bumps to historic reparations, sorry is more than politeness. It's a cultural shorthand for the kindness Canadians aspire to show one another daily.